For your consideration is a brass Pavoni espresso machine. This machine is truly beautiful. It's one of the wooden handled, dome capped brass machines. Really hard to come by used. They don't show it very often, and you can see why. It's a really beautiful art piece that makes some really wonderful espresso. This machine is dated from the year 2000, which would make it a millennium, but it actually isn't a millennium. Around 1999, 2000, and I think even to 2001, Pavoni kind of hybridized their units. They knew they were changing, so they made some changes on units and some they did not. Well, let me rephrase that. They changed some of the parts on the units and some of they did not. So you really kind of get this dynamic range of machines where they're not all the same. They all have different components for those 3 or 4 years, I think it is. But really the only thing that's not millennium about this one, I believe, is just the group head. The Millennium Edition group heads have a rounder curvature here, not so right-angled, so edged. But it's really a moot point. It's a wonderful machine. You have an idea of its age, and the point of this video is just to show you it in function so you can see it working. The pictures will be where I'm going to show the greater detail of how the condition is, but while this warms up, I will talk to you about it a bit. Everything's included that you see here: portafilter, the machine body, and a double basket. I think it's a double basket. Yeah, double basket, espresso basket. You know, the video should show that this machine's in pretty good condition. It's in very good condition. It's got a really nice equal, but I don't know if it's patina at this point because they have a lacquer coating, so I don't know if brass really patinas while it's being protected by lacquer, but for lack of greater knowledge, we're going to call it a patina. A lot of Pavonis, they will kind of age and wear unevenly in their brass components. This one is really nice and even throughout. It's been pretty well taken care of. Some damage to it. The steam and water spots on this front base here are permanent. You have to, I mean, they're noticeable, but you really have to scrutinize it. The overall just glimmer and beauty of the machine really commands your eye. It's there, you need to know about it, but it doesn't affect it very much. I don't know if you could somehow treat that. That's beyond my knowledge, but that's a factor. And then the steam wand, which you'll see more in the image, the steam wand has seen better days. It still works, but the bottom half of it is pretty well worn. The brass is taken off. It was really kind of surprising to me because the rest of it is in such good shape that was deteriorated as much as it is. But it works. It's not an eyesore. It's still very nice. But you know, the buyer may want to buy a new one at some point. But you know, I'm overcautious with my things, and I take my feedback on eBay very seriously. So I'll tend to overstate things being an issue than they really are, because that's how I'd want it to be. Excuse me. The handle, it's got clearly a varnish on it that's starting to wear up by the portion that's in contact with steam. I think that's about it. I just scaled the boiler. I kafiza'd a lot of the parts that are easily removable. This machine came in such a good condition I didn't have to do very much to it. I looked at the base underneath. It's almost perfect. I don't think I've ever seen a base cleaner than this one. When you get it, open it up and look under there, it's amazing, and I'll include a photo of it. It's just really nice to see a machine that's been well maintained and has aged well. I think that's about it. I'm going to continue just to make this shot to show you the kind of results you get with it, show you it working, but really can't emphasize enough the beauty that this machine has, not only for the brass and this dome top, which is gorgeous enough, but just the handles. The wooden handles are really a nice touch with these machines. Gaskets, they're good. Yeah, I'm just thinking of the shots I pulled. I pulled about 10. I don't recall any leaks. We'll see here any sort of fizzing. Sometimes we'll get fizzing around this screw, fizzing behind this group head. I know that one's not an issue. I'm pretty sure that's not an issue, but we'll look at it here as we pull this shot. Been doing a lot of cleaning on my other machines the last few days, so I'm kind of blending memories, but I don't recall. I'll go over them if I see them here, but there's clearly not a gasket issue where the heating element connects to the boiler. Otherwise it wouldn't be that perfect underneath. I know there's not a problem here. There's not a problem in the piston head. In fact, there's a great amount of resistance. I shouldn't say great. There's more resistance with the lever here than in my other machines, which tells me those gaskets are really nice shape. They're really pushing against the wall of the group head here. I think that's it. We'll continue to let this warm up and pull a shot, and I'll show you the results, and that'll be it. For the sake of time, I'm not going to measure out precisely the amount of bean I'm putting in here, but generally try to get half an ounce, or is it 5 ounces? I think half an ounce, that sounds more accurate. And then 25 pounds of tamp pressure. That was pretty good. Nice even pressure, not too much. Nice slow extraction. And you can see it's almost all crema. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. So anything else I forget to say, I'll put it in the listing. Otherwise, that's the La Pavoni pre-millennium, technically, edition with wooden brass plating. Thanks.